So it has been a little while as always since we previously recorded the first couple of clips, and I have been living AFK. So once I sort of saw how good Black Demons were in terms of the increase of Invention XP as well as Combat XP, Minotaurs nowadays are pretty much gone in terms of training my combat. So what I've been doing is leveling up my strength and attack just to get them to 70, just so we can have access to more augmentable weapons, but also just because we need to do it eventually. So we've upgraded big time and we've been camping the Fire Giants for probably since like 50 attack. Went all the way up to 70 attack, and then from 70 attack we brought it all the way up to 70 strength. We are currently 7.2k off 70 strength. So what I thought I'd do is also catch you up on what we've been doing as well. So what I didn't realise is the God Wars Dungeons boss armors doesn't require like 60 strength to wear Bandos or whatever range to wear Armadillo or Mage. So because of that, during all this training, I've been able to augment my Bandos and then level that up with Invention. So we're nearly at a point where we can do like 3 sets of Bandos to disassemble into components, but more importantly to disassemble into XP, which is really, really nice. But that is basically what I've been doing here. So along with that, we've got 76 HP. In the downtime or whenever my brother's online, we've been doing some DGs with our ults as well. So the 2 main accounts will key, while the 2 ults will either sit at base in Leech or, more importantly, go and do the divination spots. So we're nearly 82 divination, which is really nice because I do think that at some point we want to upgrade our porters. The Emerald Porter is nice, but 20 sort of charges per porter, we can always go and get better. And at some point we'll want to get 99 div anyway. So to do it through Dungeoneering is really nice. The main account needs 200 mil Dungeoneering, which it is flying up now. The fact you can get so many more tokens and so much more XP with Dungeoneering really makes it enjoyable. And between the two of us, yes, we're not absolute breakneck speeds, but we are getting like sort of 12-minute large floors, which I'll take any day of the week, considering I'm basically essentially training 2 accounts. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it's a little bit against what I should be doing this account to do it on the main account, but I'm going to be keen either way, so I may as well have taken it for the ride, and it's going to be my divination training method. But we've got up to 63 Dungeoneering, and some of the items from Dungeoneering, obviously for the long run, are really, really helpful, like Bone Crusher, Charming Imp, all those kind of items, and we will unlock those at points. I've got about 80,000 tokens, and the update they've done to the tokens and how quick you get them now is really, really nice. Very big fan of that. Now, because I've been using all these items and stuff, been using XP capacitors, the cash stack has took a little bit of a hit. I haven't got a cash stack though at the minute where like I have more than I need at this point of the game, so I may as well spend it to increase rates and stuff. The XP capacitors are worth every single penny because once we can get a higher invention level, we can have better perks for our armors, we can discover better materials, and it's just worthwhile doing, and I'll continue to do that as well. But we've invested in quite a few things. I'll show you my Grand Exchange at some point. We still haven't sold the Necromancy potions from double XP, which is a little bit not concerning because I think if I wanted to sell them as a free dose, if I could sell them for like 8,000 coins, I break even, which is fine. We'll definitely sell them for break even. It's just a little bit sad on the point of view of like, I won't make as much profit as what I thought, but you know, we made so much money over double XP that really isn't that much of an issue. In terms of what else we've got, the Vampirism gloves have stopped buying. There's also 70 strength. With 70 strength as well now, I can upgrade to Torag's hammer. So we're going to be using that while we just finish this clip. So the Vampirism gloves aren't buying, which isn't a problem. We made so much money off them. We knew eventually it was going to run out and run dry. So we will pull the offer out to the sort of G. We'll be roughly about 350, 380 mil fluid cash, which is really great actually. I might start investing in other stuff. Obviously like prayer can be a game changing item as well at some point. But we've got a lot of things where we can decide like whatever we want to do. And I just want to sort of reiterate like the way we made money, you can still do it without double XP. Like the only sort of downside of not making herbal potions on double XP is you don't get the double XP. So you can still make herbal potions, you can still make profit. But there's a few little items I need to go and get. So what I've decided is that when this account was created, Silverhawks was taken off the marketplace, so I can't get access currently to Silverhawks Train My Agility. Now, I'm not going to lie, I tried to train agility normally. I ran around the Woody course for a little bit to try and get some XP. It is just not for me. Obviously, when Silverhawks are removed, I'll have to go and do agility then, but for now, while Silverhawks are in the game, I'm going to try and use them. However, I do need to go and get them. Now, you can get them through the Valor store. So the Valor store, if you didn't know what it is, Valor is a currency for playing minigames. So once you play a minigame, you receive Valor. Once a minigame is in Spotlight, you can receive 5 times as much Valor. Now, luckily for me, for the next 3 days, Castle Wars, which is by far the best minigame to go and do for it, unless you're going to go after the Botanist head add-on, which, Spoiler, at some point we will. Castle Wars for Fala is a really good way to AFK. Don't have to pay too much attention and I'll get quite a decent amount of Fala for it. Fala is rewarded per minute you play the minigame, so like it don't matter what kind of minigame you do it, as long as you do it in Spotlight, you're going to get the best sort of Fala as well. So 750 Fala will take a little while, but I think to get Silver Hawk boots will be quite transformational to train our agility. And depending on like how much we play this account the rest of the year, the fact we've still got about 6 months for the rest of the year, I'm pretty confident that if we don't get 99 agility, we'll still get quite comfortably in like the 90s as well. So that is going to be the plan for that. Now, I mentioned the Botanist Mask add-on. So the Botanist outfit, which we got during Double XP, you can actually get it in-game. So you get it from Flash Powder Factory. I'll probably do Flash Powder on Spotlight. Now, the reason why I'm going to do it on Spotlight is because that's when it tracks to most people. Even if they're just there to AFK, it just means it makes it more interesting because the game's more active. And it just means that the game sort of flow a bit better as well. So the add-on is what you can buy from the store, and essentially what the add-on does gives you a 5% chance to make more potions, so really you're going to make some more profit. When it's time to do it, I'll drop a message on the community tab just in case like you guys want to do it as well, and I'll also record videos on it as well just to talk through it in case you guys wanted to. But I do actually have a sort of video on Fala and how to get it from minigames, and I did do it at Flash Powder Factory, so if I remember, when I upload this video, I'll make sure to put it in the corner as well. But yeah, Fire Giant's really good way to train actually, and the Bunyip and the Vampirism Gloves and the Blood Nectar Shard as well just make it really, really easy. So very big upgrades happening. We now have this massive hammer for our weapon. New York Alchemy Warhammer did a very, very good job. And I'm not too far away from getting this to tier 9. That's going to be my little project for tonight, is to go and finish this to tier 10. But before then, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go and do some more DG. So I'll finish my potion, so we'll go there. I'll show you guys my tokens in that as well, because this has been a little bit of a ranty clip. But I thought this would be better just to show you guys once I've finished, rather than be like, oh, 58 attack, 59 attack, 60 attack. Showing you every single level is to just show you like a sort of roundup of when we get there as well. So in terms of our tokens, we are at 112,000 tokens. So definitely a lot more than what I thought. We can buy a lot of rewards. The utility section is probably where we're going to go first, because again, the combination of like a gem bag, Charming Imp, Herbicide, Bone Crusher, and also the gold accumulator as well is really nice for an account. They've actually decreased the level you need for the Dungeoneering Chaotix as well, so you only need 70 DG to go and use things like this. And the Chaotic Staff is probably going to be the best one, maybe the Maul as well, in terms of weapons, but there's so much stuff we can purchase from the DG shop, which would be really, really beneficial as well. However, I'm going to go and hop over and do some Dungeoneering now, but just wanted to let you know that's where we're currently sat. 70 attack, 70 strength now completed. It's only mage I need to go and train. But I'll probably go and buy the Bone Crusher and the Amulet and go and do the Fetid Zombies, because that could be a really good way to do it. And yeah, making really, really big progress. But I'm going to go do some more Dungeoneering. Hopefully on this run we'll do a decent stint and I can get towards 70. And just keep racking those tokens up. But when I decide to use my tokens, I'll let you guys know. With 70 strength, I can now do all the Bandos stuff. Plenty of other stuff there as well. Some decent quest stuff as well. And that's going to wrap this clip up, and we'll come back once we've done a little bit more progress. Okay, so we are back, and we did a little bit more Dungeoneering last night. So level 69, which I can't believe, A, how much I'm enjoying Dungeoneering, and B, how quickly it's going. Really having a good time, just keying on the main account while this and my brother's ult leech. So really doing well there. Might throw a couple of clips in there, but literally all I do is a little bit of divination. Nearly 83 div, which is really, really good. The good news is we've also sold the Super Necromancy Potions as well. They have now been cleared. So we're now actually, I'm going to take out the money for the Vampirism Gloves, at quite a decent cash stack. We've got 15 mil in here as well. So we're about 340, maybe a little bit more. I have found some very rogue money makers as well. So Brass Keys have sold for 555k, which hopefully by now I should have made a short about it. And the Orichalcum Warhammer as well sold for 88,000 coins. So that's actually profitable smithing as well, because we did buy them for about 8,000 coins each. So that's pretty decent. So if I do want a way to sort of like do some Orichalcum smithing, you can make some money. And again, when it comes to smithing, very similar to Herblore, there's always things which will make you money. You've just got to find it. Once you've found it as well, you just need to dial in and just sort of work that margin as well. Now, what we have from doing 70 attack and strength as well is a lot of things to disassemble. We're about to go ham on the disassembly for invention and get an awful lot of XP. I'm quite surprised as well how quickly I got the Torag's hammer up to level 10 really, really fast. And at the minute, with the kind of GP I'm making, or the kind of GP I've got at the minute, I'm thinking I can keep disassembling Bandos. I think Armadillo and Subjugation, I'll go to level 12 because again, they're probably twice the price of what the Bandos is. But in terms of like these sets, these are all now level 10. So from simply just doing like 70 attack and then also 70 strength, I've done 3 Bandos sets, which is really nice because you don't have a requirement for strength or attack. 2 wear Bandos, you simply just need for defense level. So we're going to go and disassemble all these, as well as the Torx hammer as well. We're going to get quite a lot of invention levels, which is going to be nice because it's going to give us more things to disassemble into components. I think we'll be able to unlock machines as well, which is really nice. Machines is going to be so beneficial to this account because I've not disassembled much. I can go and get the auto disassembler, and then that should be able to go and get me components without actively having to play as well. So finally, we got the Torx hammer, and that's going to get us to a level of 63. 63 invention, really, really nice. 100k off 64. As you see here, from 53, we've basically done 10 levels and a lot of things we've unlocked. So we've unlocked undead components, fungal components, fortunate components, which is nice if we ever spot any penguins. We can now take augmented items to level 15, which then means like our armadillo and our subjugation, we can go to level 12 and then siphon them off. We've now got the book switcher and all the stuff from Goblin and Dwarven technology. We've got some more components as well as a simple generator and a auto disassembler, which is really nice. That's something we'll do a little bit later on, and we'll go and sort that out. But again, 63 invention, really, really nice. The fact that we can kind of like level this up now gradually with however we want is a really nice bonus and something which would be definitely beneficial. Now, the only stat which isn't level 70 is Mage, which again, we can buy subjugation, we can augment subjugation, and we can use that for our training. I'm going to go to Dungeoneering just to buy some upgrades because I think there's a few things which are going to be worthwhile as sort of having our hands on because it's going to be beneficial for us to train with. So what I'm going to buy first is going to be the Bone Crusher. So the Bone Crusher is going to bury all our bones. And just for sort of like training wise, we're going to buy I don't know if it's the Daganov one. No, it's going to be the Twisted Bird necklace. And what this is basically going to do in combination with the Bone Crusher necklace, it's basically going to give us infinite prayer. If we're killing monsters quick enough, we're going to be regenerating our prayer quick enough. And it just means that when I go somewhere like Fetid Zombies, I can just basically not worry about that at all. So that is going to be for that. I'm also going to buy Charming Imp as well because I think Charming Imp is really, really important. And then I'm going to kind of leave my tokens for future. I want to buy the Herbicide because I think it's beneficial. The Gem Bag as well is going to be really nice, especially for Slayer. And a lot of these scrolls are going to be beneficial as well. Mainly for skilling because it's going to save me stuff. So there's definitely more for us to go and purchase from the Dungeoneering shop. But tokens now, since they've upgraded to 20% tokens, have been incredibly quick to pile up. Like, I'm really, really happy with where we're going in terms of that. At level 70, I can actually unlock Chaotix, which buying these rewards you might think, it's a little bit sort of like counterproductive. But you still need level 80 to wield a Chaotix. So even though I've got the Dungeoneering level now to do it, I don't have the level to be able to wield it. So that is something which we'll get eventually, but the Dungeoneering will definitely be continuing because it's really, really nice to do. It's a really good way to train Divination, and with Divination, I kind of want, if possible, a better Porter. Again, the Ruby Porter as well, because the necklaces are on the Vampire Lord and Ladies like Drop Table Thieving, they are incredibly cheap. So these portents are actually incredibly cheap to have. Just because, again, the necklace isn't going to cost a lot, whereas like the Emerald one costs 4,000 coins, and the Ruby one costs 1,000. So yeah, that's going to be pretty much this part of the video. We'll come back a little bit later on. Again, the next thing we're going to be targeting is going to be Mage. So I'm going to spend some more cash for subjugation and stuff. But in terms of our cash stack and where the value of the account is, 471 mil. I'm not going to lie, I don't quite see where that 120 mil is. We do have a Dragonmatic, which is about sort of 17-ish mil. We do have some Armadillo. But apart from that, don't really have a lot. And at the minute, apart from buying something like a Wen book, which I think I will do at some point, I don't really have much I want to buy in terms of items because I can't wear a lot of stuff again. We're going to have to go up to that next level of like sort of combat, so like level 80 defense and stuff. And then we can look at things like Pernix, Torva, Virtus and all that, which is a lot more expensive. But really, providing I perk my items up right, the Bandos, Subjugation and Armadillo can really sort of survive us for a while. So yeah, there's definitely options going forward. We've made quite a lot of progress. Again, these XP capacitators have been absolutely amazing for all this training, all the invention items. Yes, it costs a little bit to use them, but I've made all this cash. There's no point sitting on this cash. Utilize it to go and like bump up levels and stuff. So that's really, really nice. At some point, I think we'll end up returning to Herblore and maybe skilling as a general. Just because, again, it's a good way to go and like build the cash up if we need to, or if I want to again. The charms are starting to rack up as well. So even though we went Fire Giants, we still got a decent amount of Crimson Charms. We've got a lot of Gold Charms, which is why I've put the offer in for these antlers. Now, don't get me wrong, these will probably take a month to fill. But once I do buy them, they're going to be something like where I'm going to make like 40k profit per pouch off a gold charm, which is just mental. So that's definitely something we'll try and target going forward. But in terms of this clip, big levels in terms of invention. So we just picked up 10 invention levels. We picked up some really big combat items as well. And then in terms of what I'm going to go and do now, I'm actually going to go and buy the subjugation. Now, I'm actually going to go in AFK Castle Wars. So that's going to be the next thing for me to go and do, is to go in AFK Castle Wars for a little bit, because I need some valor. And with the valor, I can go in there, then buy the Silverhawk boots. I think the Silverhawk boots then are a very, very big upgrade in terms of what I want to do. It also means as well, I don't need to buy any like subjugation boots or anything like that. So it will save me some money by doing it. But the most important thing is it's going to get some agility XP. And then finally, the subjugation helm hood. That's it. So spending the best part of like 10 mil on a set of subjugation is a little bit expensive, but again, it's going to be the best sort of magic armor we're going to have for a little while. I need to buy another augmenter, and in terms of what we're going to be using for a weapon, just going to be using the Gothic staff till we get to level 70, and then we'll work out what the plan is going from there. The really good thing as well is that with mage, once we have the level to go and wield something like the chaotic staff, it's a really strong weapon for quite a long time, so that's nice as well. But I'm going to go in AFK. Now, I don't think I'm going to go Fire Giants. I think I'm going to end up going Fetid Zombies, because it's just a better place in my opinion. What we're going to be doing is using the Blood Fury as well as the Vampirism Gloves, just to go and get a little bit of HP back. And also as well, what will come in a little bit clutch for us as well is the Bunyip. That pretty much means that the Fetid Zombies are fully AFK. Whereas like with Fire Giants, I had to go and click the overloads and stuff. I shouldn't need to use aggression potions for this, which is another bonus of the Fetid Zombies over like Fire Giants. You do end up saving a little bit just because you don't have to spend the money on aggression potions, which eventually like do add up. I'm not even going to take overloads because we did use overloads to go and train at Fire Giants. I just think that's a bit expensive. I'll just buy some extreme magics. However, that is going to be the plan of what I'm going to be doing. You'll see me in 10 more levels of magic, and then hopefully by that point as well, we have some Silverhawk feathers. So I'm going to go in AFK in Castle Wars to go and earn some valor. And then we'll speak a little bit later on with what we've got. So just a bit of an update. We have been doing mage at the Fetid Zombies. Really hard AFK and really easy to do in terms of this sort of method. I could have done Fire Giants, but this is definitely a more AFK method. I don't have to buy aggression potions or use overloads. I can just do it as a cheap setup and basically just not pay attention. The combination of the Bone Crusher and the Twisted Bird Skull basically means I've got infinite prayer. So as long as I'm killing the zombies, I'm going to restore my prayer. And I'm just attacking away. So using the extreme strengths, using the XP capacitator to level up our subjugation. We are now past level 10, but because it's a bit more expensive than what Bandos is, and we're not really trying to burn cash for unnecessary reasons, I've got like the kind of invention level now where things can just roll over. So we'll be doing that, and we're going to level 12 in terms of that as well. One thing which is a little annoying, not annoying, but just something which opened my eyes a little bit, is the price of the Aram staff. So we are still using the Gothic staff, which is tier 60, and we're going to be using it all the way up to level 75, which is why I'm still here. The reason why is because the Aram staff is 18 mil, and I just don't think it's worth that price, especially when like the weakness of the Fetid Zombies are air spells. The Gothic staff uses an air spell strike, and we're doing good enough damage anyway. So rather than spend that and kind of lose that cash and stuff, I'm just going to go and do 75, use a Polyport or a Staff of Light from there, and that's pretty much going to be the plan for Mage and what we're going to be doing. However, I am going to be leaving shortly because I need to go and get some more valor for the Silverhawk boots. It's actually quite a requirement. So on Spotlight, the max value you're going to get per hour is going to be roughly around 60, and the Silverhawk boots are 750. So you need to put in like 12.5 hours of pure AFK to go and get those boots. So luckily for me, I've got a lot of videos to go and record, a lot of things to go and do on the other account. So this can's just going to be sat at God Wars for a couple of hours to hopefully rack up some valor. Will I get it all done today? Probably not. I think I'll try and get as much of a big chunk as what I can, and then I'll catch another mini game where it's going to be decent as well. Fishing Trawler won't be the one, but I'll find something else which is decent. Pest Control actually might not be the worst thing in the world for us to go and do at some point. Same with Soul Wars. The only other sort of thing I'd look to do is Flash Powder, because I want to go and get the add-on for the Botanist Helm. But that's pretty much where we've been. I thought I'd give you guys a bit of an update rather than you guys just see my sort of like magical level fly up. I did 10 levels yesterday, which is really nice. I'm probably going to get 72 and then decide after that we can go and sort of hop on. In terms of healing, I'm literally just using a Bunyip. A Bunyip seems to be more than enough to sort of get me by. Once The bunyip sort of struggles a bit. I've got a little bit of food just to make sure I don't have to bank every like 20 minutes. But apart from that, this setup's quite cushy. No real issues. So we'll come back once we've either done this into minigames or we've got 75 magic, and then we can go forward. I have tried to find a money-making method for Herblore, which would be really good XP, because I still want to get 99 Herblore because it's still going to be beneficial. But I'm just waiting to see if prices will sell and things will work out. But once we come back, I'll let you guys know what that is. So going to end the video there. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you've got any suggestions of content you guys want me to do, please drop it in the comment section, and drop me a like and subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. In terms of what we're going to be doing before the next episode, we're going to still jump on that combat grind. We're still working a little bit on magic to go and get the next magic weapon upgrade. And we'll still be dungeoneering in the meantime as well. But any suggestions of things you want to see, drop in the comment section down below. In terms of where I'm going to take this account next, we've got a bit of an open playing field. So if you've got anything like suggestion-wise, you think I should do with this account, or any issues which you want me to do on my account to sort of show you how to do things, let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.